Hello everyone, welcome to ThePapare.com. As the anticipation is growing in Sri Lanka towards the start of the most anticipated T20 tournament, the Lanka Premier League is just a few days away from starting. We've got a very special guest with us on ThePapare.com. Obviously, we are talking to him virtually, and that is Owais Shah, the coach of the Dambulla Viking team, and I have Rex Clementine also with me to discuss about Dambulla Viking, the franchise, how they'll be lining up during this LPL tournament. Always, good afternoon. How's it been in Sri Lanka? You've been here for a couple of days now, I believe.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, it's been amazing, but I can only talk that. I can only say that because I've been in in my room most of the time. I have been allowed out in my balcony, so that's been nice. So I've been able to look at the weather and the beautiful golf course that we're staying in. So yeah, it's Sri Lanka is an amazing country. I have visited it, quite a few times in the past when during my playing days. But yeah, look, we're in a lovely hotel, very comfortable, and have been allowed out as of yesterday for the first time in our bubbles. So yeah, it's an experience, but yeah, loving every minute of it.
Yes, starting on the tournament that's for you guys. We are yet to get some confirmation on the captain of the Dambulla side. Have you got any news on that front?
No, not yet. It's quite difficult to just announce a captain sitting in my room. I need to train with the guys at least one session. Just see how and what we're looking to do, how we're looking to, uh, you know, uh, look at what sort of tactics I guess we wanna utilize. Want to talk to some of the senior players, some overseas guys, some local guys. I know we have a lot of experience in the team, guys who have already played for Sri Lanka a fair bit. So yeah, look, I didn't really want to appoint anyone without at least being at one training session and just getting a feel of the guys as to how they operate among the other group, and then obviously then we're going to appoint the captain.
Obviously, yes, you've got experience playing T20 cricket and then having coached T20 cricket as well. You were the coach of the team that won the Bangladesh Premier League this year. I'd like to ask you on the T20 stuff. In 2003, when ECB started this stuff, it was pretty new for everyone and all that. You were there at that point, and from that point to now, how much do you think things have changed in 2020?
Lots. I think it was a wonderful product created by the ECB, but I think the whole world has run away with it. Obviously, we all know about the big league IPL, which is just finished. I mean, that's been an unbelievable tournament. Has been running for quite a few years now. And, obviously, all these other leagues that run in the world. So I think it's a wonderful, wonderful product. It's highly entertaining and very different, I think, from the time when I started playing it first. It's just become more dynamic, a lot more attacking, a lot more detail in regards to opposition, and a lot more creativity from the batsman's point of view. I mean, now you see the scoop shots, you see reverse sweep as just any other shot, part of a batsman's armory. I think as far as the bowling's concerned, a lot more different slow balls. And obviously the fielding's just gone through the roof. I mean, nowadays you see some of the fielding is ridiculous. I remember watching the IPL last month, and some of the fielding in that tournament was outrageous. I remember Nicholas Puran took a catch and threw the ball back in, everything done in midair, and saving a lot of runs for his team. And also, attention to detail. The support staff nowadays for the whole team is a lot more compared to when I first started.
Obviously, ECB has been trendsetters when it comes to the game. Now they're sort of talking about something like the 100. I mean, talk us through the 100. You think that it will one day sort of go on globally to T20 cricket? The 100 become the sort of benchmark?
Yeah, look, it's going to be a tough one. I think if you look back when first 2020 came around, everybody thought it is a strange tournament. It's just a little bit of a hit and miss tournament. It's not really going to take off. And I mean, you look at it now. What's that? 17 years later, it's a great product. And I think who is to say that the new 100-ball tournament is not going to follow the same pattern? The only thing is that because we haven't seen a season of 100-ball tournament, it's quite hard to say whether it's going to be a hit or not. But I think, I think the excitement level is definitely going to be there because it's obviously a shortened tournament compared to, say, a 120-ball tournament, which is obviously T20. It's going to be a 100-ball tournament. So, a lot more, you'll see a lot more firework, I guess, from the batsmen. I think you'll perhaps see more creativity from the bowlers. And yeah, I think I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with the tournament taking place and a new format being introduced, as long as it can be introduced and you can see it for a few years whether it's a hit or not. I think for me, it'll be very important that if it is not a hit, for ECB to hold their hand up and say, it didn't work, no problem. But I think you got to congratulate ECB to come up with a new product and just see if it works or not. I think hats off to them to be more creative. It's great.
Talking on the franchise, Owais, you got some big names, big overseas players. I mean, some of them, we're not too sure whether they will turn up. But we've heard names like Brendan Taylor, Lendl Simmons, Paul Sterling, and so on being circulated. Could you just confirm as to who are the players the franchise is looking to get over here, and who will be there to start the tournament as such?
Well, we've already got people from Afghanistan. We've got Alam, we've got Shenwari, we have Samit Patel, we've got Anwar Ali. I believe we've got Paul Sterling arriving today. What time, I'm not sure, but he'll be arriving today. And we've got those kind of players. Now, we're still working on one more player, I think. But things are just taking a long time, so I'm not really in a position. I'm not really in a position to disclose the name, but we are working on one more name. So yeah, look, there are some really, really good international cricketers here at the tournament, and hopefully they can showcase their talent once the tournament kicks off on the I believe it's 26th.
Wish, now you've spoken about the international players. Let's. I know you've not been able to train with the team yet, but who are the players who you are looking forward to from the Sri Lankan team? I mean, you have guys like Upul Tharanga, Dasun Shanaka, Niroshan Dikwal, players like them. But who are the others also part of those three big names?
Look, we have a lot of talented guys, and who have probably limited experience in our team. But as a coach, you do look at your Sri Lankan players who need to perform for you in order for the team to be successful. So of course, Shanaka, I know he's a very dangerous player. I had the pleasure of watching him in the Bangladesh Premier League earlier this year, and he was unbelievable. I mean, he's a real talent, and I was really glad we had him in our team. And obviously Dickwalla, those two guys for me are gonna really control the middle order as far as the batting is concerned. And then I'm gonna try and slot in some of the overseas players. We have got a lot of leg spinners in our team, which I'm quite excited about introducing into our team, because I believe leg spin, the art is very attacking. I want to play attacking cricket, and I believe Sri Lankans generally play very attacking cricket anyway. So I think that fits in very well for us. So I think those main guys, like I mentioned, and the rest of the guys will just have to slot in and see what the makeup of the team is. It is, again, I reiterate, it's very difficult to answer that question while I've just sat in a room for the last 4 days and I haven't had the interaction with the team. So it's very difficult for me to answer, who I'm going to use or what local players I'm looking at, who I'll be looking to use them, with the bowling and the batting and, correct fielding positions and stuff. So please excuse me for that, but the quarantine rules are quarantine rules. I can't, I can't tell you the proper answer for this question unless I actually visually see these guys.
We totally understand the quarantine rules and everything, always, but you've said you've still not decided the captain. But what type of indicators will you be looking at a captain, his leadership skills as such? What would you be looking at before appointing the captain?
Of course, leadership skills, whether the player is going to be a regular pick in the team. Also look at how other players respond to that particular player. And you can gauge a lot of that, the way people are around certain players. Of course, we've got 2 or 3 people, sort of earmarked who we want to go with as captain. Of course, I'm not going to pick out of, 15, 16 guys. I know 2 or 3 guys who I'm looking at as captain. But I just want to see how they operate amongst the team in that group environment. And once I can see that, again, you can't do that by sitting in your room. I have to go to practice. And only then I can sort of decide, this guy seems to have the respect of everyone. And I think and I also need to speak to those 2, 3 guys tactically as to what they think, what kind of cricket we want to play, what kind of brand of cricket we want to play. And only then I think I'll be in a better position to think, okay, this guy, can be our captain.
Was very excited to see someone like Samit Patel as well. He's been a very consistent performer in county cricket, England, and he's been there for quite a long time as well. This just completed the 18th season of county cricket. What does he to your side?
What does he what?
What does he bring into the side? His experience and
Well, a shed load of
consistent
experience.
performance.
He brings a lot of experience. He's a very canny left arm spinner. He's been around the block, like you mentioned, 18 seasons in county cricket. He's played a lot of these tournaments all over the world. So, experience is something that you look at in, especially when in a pressurized situation. T20 is full of pressure, and and in you come across someone like Samit, who is a really good batsman, a really good bowler. He is so he offers you a lot of stability when he's given the ball and when he's given the bat, because he's been there, he's done that, and they're the kind of cricketers obviously you want in your squad to be able to count on, especially when you're under pressure or even big games. Sometimes big games bring out the best in some of the best players. So it's all that there with Samit, and I've known him a long time. I played a lot of cricket with him, against him, and now I'm his coach, so I know him very well, and hopefully I can utilize him in the correct position if and when he plays, or if he plays. We don't know the makeup of the team yet.
Of course, always. It's good to have you on the ThePapare.com. Finally, as a message to all the Dambulla Viking fans who are hoping for a great tournament franchise, what's your final message? What would be they hoping, and what can they hope from Dambulla Viking?
Well, we're all here to win the tournament. At the start of any tournament, you want to win the tournament. That is our goal, and hopefully we can achieve it with the support of the supporters. I believe obviously people won't be able to come to the ground, but please follow us on media, TV, wherever they're showing the games, and hopefully you can support us all the way, and hopefully we'll get to the final and hopefully win the final. That is what we come to do. Let's hope we can be successful in our quest.
Thank you very much, Owais, for joining with
Thanks,
us.
Wes.
Thanks, Rex, for joining with
Thank you, Dambulla.
ThePapare.com. And we are hoping to hear from you soon again, Owais. So that's it from the com. We will talking to members of these franchises this LPL tournament.
එක රසයෙන් ඔබෙතිව පිනවයි ලොකු පොඩි සෑමගේම ට්‍රෙන්ඩ් එක මේකයි පොපියන තිල් එකේ නැලවෙන තිල් එකේ රසයයි මයි කෝලා Oh oh my orange, oh oh my lemon, oh oh my ginger රසයයි මයි කෝලා